These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Chandler fire crews are investigating what sparked this fire that badly damaged a home near Alma School in Elliott. Crews telling ABC15 the homeowner and a neighbor were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Unfortunately, the home is a total loss. In Phoenix, a driver expected to survive after slamming into a home late last night. This is near 16th Street in Thomas. Police say no one was in the home at the time. The investigation is ongoing. 3 people facing charges accused of stealing a patrol vehicle, rioting and burglary during immigration enforcement protests in Glendale earlier this month. 2 of the suspects are juveniles. The other, a 20-year-old man. Police say surveillance video as well as posts on social media helped investigators identify them. An emotional reunion as a woman meets the man who saved her life. The driver survived a fiery crash on the 60 this week, now reunited with the Chandler police officer who jumped into action, shattering the car window and pulling her to safety. Our Josh Cristianto was there talking with the driver and the officer about the incredible rescue and reunion. New today, Congressman Greg Stanton in Phoenix discussing the potential cuts he fears are coming to Medicaid. Medicaid provides health coverage to low-income Americans. Some Republicans in D.C. pushing for tens of billion dollars worth of cuts to the program as part of an overall effort to reduce federal spending. Meanwhile, President Trump promising to preserve Medicaid, but endorsing a budget proposal that does include cuts.
We can't lose that for her children. We can't lose that for any of the children in Arizona. 36% of Arizona children rely on access.
Stanton hearing from community members assisted by and working with Medicaid. Tracking the big stories today, Senate confirming Kash Patel to lead the nation's top law enforcement agency. 2 Republican senators, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, joining all Democrats in voting against his confirmation, citing his prior political activities. Patel's nomination for FBI director had faced intense scrutiny from Democrats. During his hearing, Patel said the FBI will not be politicized and no actions taken to retaliate against political opponents. In the state of education, the Isaac School District will hold its first board meeting tonight since we learned of a small solution to a severe financial crisis. We've reported extensively on that multi-million-dollar property lease deal with another school district that enabled the Isaac District to pay its teachers. ABC15 will monitor that meeting. Count on us to follow up on this story. Just into the newsroom, ABC15 getting new video of the wreckage from that midair crash in the skies over southern Arizona. Crash killing 2 people on board one of the 2 small planes involved. The small Marana Regional Airport near Tucson is like many in the U.S. in that it doesn't have a manned air traffic control tower. Instead, pilots use a common traffic frequency to radio each other, sharing their positions and intentions to other small planes in the area. Aviation tragedies dominating the headlines recently, prompting a growing number of Americans to question the safety of air travel. Keep in mind, FAA data shows some 45,000 commercial flights take off and land safely in the U.S. every single day. ABC15 out in the community listening to your fears.
It's like one incident happens and then we're hearing it's over and over again.
You know, as a passenger, you want some answers.
Are you nervous to get back on a flight?
Certainly, yeah, absolutely.
Experts tell us, while we have seen several recent tragedies, the airline industry is extremely safe. They do admit private aviation needs to do better. Chipotle preparing for what it calls burrito season for the restaurant chain. That means hiring some 20,000 new workers. Chipotle typically sees a surge in demand from March to May, making it the busiest time of the year for its restaurants. Company credits its popular burrito bowl chicken al pastor, as well as increased demand in warmer months. Overall, demand has been stable despite inflation and static wage concerns.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sullins. Temperatures staying very warm for this time of year, right around the upper 70s tomorrow in the valley. Normal is about 72 here in Phoenix. Instead, 79 is in our forecast for tomorrow. And with high pressure building in next week, this forecast is going to get even warmer. In fact, we may even hit the 90s for the first time this year. Right now, Thursday's forecast takes us up to 90 degrees in Phoenix, which would be about a month sooner than average for those first 90 90-degree days. Here's the next 7-day forecast for you. 80 on Saturday, 83 Sunday. Sunshine through the weekend for that first weekend of spring training in the valley. Just watch out for the UV index. The burn factor is only going to give us about 30 to 45 minutes to be outside before the sunburn sets in. Next week is that big warm up taking us into the upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday's high of 90, just 2 degrees shy of that day's record. And overnight lows warming too. 60 for that low Thursday morning.